Do 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 do. It all started out when Hudson was in his solid molecular stage. His molecules were vibrating and tightly connected by hydrogen bonds. He was nice and cold in his ice machine with his friends. He was still in his solid molecular stage due to the temperature of the ice machine, which was 0 degrees Celsius. Suddenly, a boy walked up with a cup of water and dropped me in. The next thing I knew is that I was floating in a cup of water due to me being less dense than the water. I felt myself gaining energy, which began to disconnect my hydrogen bonds. I already felt my molecules moving away from each other, and I was melting little by little due to the temperature of the water being warmer than I am. I needed to get out, but how? My hydrogen bonds are barely holding on to my molecules to keep me in a condensed shape. I had too much energy that my hydrogen bonds couldn't handle. I had to think of something fast. Suddenly, I got picked up and thrown. I landed and cracked on the cement. My hydrogen bonds were letting go, and now I am in the melting phase. When I was melting, I was gaining more energy by the minute. My hydrogen bonds were barely alive, and my molecules were barely holding on. While I was melting, a person picked me up and put me in a nice cup of cold water. My hydrogen bonds were connecting back together and I felt alive. The cup of ice made some of the energy go away and I started to reconnect my molecules. But suddenly, the cup of ice got put on a hot plate. My hydrogen bonds were disconnecting from my molecules and my shape was becoming irregular. And I was melting. I started to evaporate. My molecules were going everywhere. My hydrogen bonds were gone. I started to lose the energy gained from the hot plate, and my molecules were coming back together as a liquid and becoming condensation on some guys' glasses. Story of an Ice Cube by Kieran Rider. The end.